What's up guys, live here in Master Duel. For this video to be specific, in situations like this says it's going to be a maintenance update. At the time this video gets recorded and posted, I figured why not do this one today as a bonus feature film and 2 replays of course, and this is before the maintenance update coming up. So with that being said, let us tune into the replays. 2 mystery decks. We don't know what's up. Ah, yes. Ancient Warriors. So, first things first, it's a brand new deck in terms of me trying it out for the sake of, doing dailies and all. Because Season 50, I'm all about mystery decks. And judging by Ancient Warriors, let's see what's up with the whole roster. You got the 1 link monster, 2 traps, 5 spells, and 12 monsters. We are going to start backwards, and then we will work our way up through the monsters. Starting off with the traps. Ancient Warriors Saga, Chivalrous Path, Continuous Trap. If an Ancient Warriors monsters, more than one, will be killed by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard instead, so saving grace of battle, each effect once per turn. If your opponent's specials are monsters, more than one outside of the damage step, you can special 1 Ancient Warriors token, so generate a token, Beast Warrior, Wind level 1, 500 stats, both ways. When a card or effect is activated that targets an Ancient Warriors monsters, more than one, anywhere on the field, you can banish this from your graveyard, negate the activation as in never happened. Ancient Warriors Saga, Defense of Changban. If your Ancient Warriors monster battles, your opponent cannot activate spell/trap cards until the end of the damage step. Ancient Gear things, of course, but for Ancient Warriors. 1 effect per turn and only 1 stat turn, so 1 effect or the other, can't do both. It's either A, at the start of your opponent's battle phase, you can send this face-up card from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard. Monsters your opponent controls cannot target Ancient Warriors monsters for attacks this turn. Or B, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish this from grave, special 1 Ancient Warriors monster from your deck. So E-Telly of Ancient Warriors. Awesome. To the spells. Ancient Warriors Saga, 3 visits. Okay, so basically this is the spells and traps Ancient Warriors Saga in it. So we're going to shorten it down for a bit. So we got 3 visits. And of course, going over the continuous spells now. So 3 visits. During your main phase, if you normal or special summon an Ancient Warriors monsters, more than one, you can target one of them, add 1 Ancient Warriors monster with a different name from your deck to your hand. So basically this is Black Whirlwind of Ancient Warriors, but different names. If this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can special 1 Ancient Warriors monster from your hand. Each effect once per turn, and then send this card to the graveyard during your second standby phase after activation. Sun Liu Alliance. If you control ancient warriors, monsters, with 2 or more different attributes, you can declare one attribute. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters they currently control with that attribute until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves. If your opponent special summons a monsters, more than one, or you activate an ancient warriors monsters effect outside of the damage step, you can make all ancient warriors monsters you control gain 300 attack for each ancient warriors monster you control until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves. Borrowing of Arrows. Each effect once per turn. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and one ancient warriors monster you control until the end of this turn. Have the opponent's monster's attack, and if you do, add that lost attack to your monster, even if it leaves. So basically, this is Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon, the Ancient Warriors version. If this card is sent to the graveyard while you control 2 Ancient Warriors monsters with 2 or more different attributes, you can place 1 Ancient Warriors continuous spell trap from your hand or deck face up on your field that isn't Borrowing of Arrows. East by South Winds. You must send this card to the graveyard during your second standby phase after activation. Once per turn during your main phase, coin toss it. If it's heads, send it to the graveyard. When it comes to East by South Winds being sent to the graveyard, you can activate this. This turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your Ancient Warriors cards and effects. Also, until the end of this turn, all Ancient Warriors effect monsters you currently control gain this effect. When this card declares an attack, you can does not target kill one card your opponent controls. So Ancient Warriors have their own Sky Striker Mecha Modules multi-row with a hint of spot removal in terms of currently controlled Ancient Warriors. Nice. Deception and Betrayal. Each effect once per turn. During your main phase, you can special 1 Ancient Warriors monster from your hand, and if you do, take damage equal to its level times 100. You can send this face-up card from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, then target 1 Ancient Warriors monster anywhere on the field, change it to any attribute, then if you targeted an opponent's monster, you can take control of it. Most cases, in any Ancient Warriors mirror, I'm going to assume it's the one you get to snatch steal it. And then when it comes to the Ancient Warriors spells and traps, to be specific, apparently the only cards that have a time limit, as I tested the deck out more and more, would be 3 visits as well as East by South Winds. But everyone else is just while it's face up on the field as continuous cards. So good to know as a heads up about 3 visits and East by South Wind being time limit cards. Onwards to the monsters. Starting off fresh would be the first set of monsters, the level 4 squad, and I'm going to share the exact unique application stats of Ancient Warriors. These guys happens to be Beast Warriors, nothing more, nothing less out of it. So starting off fresh with the Water Squad of Ancient Warriors. Masterful Sunmoo. You want to see this card the most. Level 4, Water, 1800 attack, 1500 defense. While you control another Ancient Warriors monster, your opponent's monsters cannot target this card for attacks. Each of the following effects once per turn. You can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, add one Ancient Warriors monster from your deck to your hand that isn't Masterful Sunmoo himself. If your other Ancient Warriors monster's effect is activated outside of the damage step, you can target one monster your opponent controls, kick it back to the hand. Graceful Zhugong, who is also a water, level 4, 1600 both ways. You can target one continuous spell trap you control, doesn't gotta be Ancient Warriors, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, add one Ancient Warriors spell/trap from your deck to your hand. Okay, so apparently we found the dynamic duo of being Stratos, Masterful Sunmoo and Graceful Zhugong. If your other Ancient Warriors monster's effect is activated outside of the damage step, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. So built-in imperm / Veiler. Eccentric Lu Jing, who is also a water. Level 4, 700 attack, 2000 defense. You can target one continuous spell trap you control, doesn't gotta be Ancient Warriors. Send it to the graveyard, and if you do, add one Ancient Warriors spell/trap with a different name from your graveyard to your hand. So basically, one non-Ancient Warrior continuous spell trap you control to send to the graveyard to add any Ancient Warrior spell trap in general, in terms of recursion. If your other Ancient Warriors monster's effect is activated outside of the damage step, you can target one spell trap your opponent controls, kill it. Each effect once per turn. Onwards to more level 4s. Deceptive Jia Wen, who happens to be a fire. Level 4, 1100 attack, 1800 defense. You can target one continuous spell trap you control, doesn't gotta be Ancient Warriors. Send it to the graveyard, and if you do, have the attack of 2 face-up monsters anywhere on the field until the end of this turn. If a card's more than one your opponent controls is killed by battle card effect, you can target one Ancient Warriors card in your graveyard that isn't Deceptive Geowen spell/trap included, added to your hand. So nice recursion there. Each effect once per turn. For the level 4 Wind Ancient Warriors, Virtuous Liu Xuan. Level 4 Wind, 1400 attack, 1200 defense. While you control another Ancient Warriors monster, your opponent's monsters cannot target this card for attacks. So is it the same concept as Masterful Sunmoo? And then each of the following effects once per turn. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Special one Ancient Warriors monster from your deck that isn't Liu Xuan himself, so he's E-Telly. When an attack is declaring involving another Ancient Warriors monster you control, you can draw one. Free draw one is nice. Ingenious Zhu Kong. Level 4, Wind, 1000 attack, 2000 defense. If this card is added from the deck to your hand by the effect of an Ancient Warriors card, spell/trap included, you can special summon it. So this is your Ancient Warriors Poplar, essentially. When a spell/trap card, not the effect, but spell/trap card is activated as a quick effect, you can send one face-up Ancient Warriors continuous spell trap you control to the graveyard, negate the activation as in never happened. When a monster effect is activated while you control specifically Ancient Warriors Virtuous Liu Xuan, that'll be this guy, you can send one face-up Ancient Warriors continuous spell trap you control to the graveyard, negate the activation as in once again never happened. And thus, you see the artwork of Liu Xuan and Ingenious Zhu Kong all in one card offering this Link monster. Fearsome Zhang Yuan, level 6, fire, 2300 attack, 2000 defense. All other Ancient Warriors monsters you control cannot be killed by battle. So he's the stronghold of battle immunity to all other Ancient Warriors monsters. Each effect once per turn. At the start of the damage step, when your Ancient Warriors monster battles an opponent's monster, you can free special this card, and if you do that, that opponent's monster loses 1000 attack. If a card's more than one your opponent controls gets killed by battle or card effect, you can target one card your opponent controls, kill it. More mess removal by all means. Savage Dan Ying, level 6 dark, 2200 attack, 1800 defense. While you control a level 7 or higher Ancient Warriors monster, not hard to do because, you know, these 4 to be specific, your opponent must pay 400 life to activate a card or effect. So basically, tax Ancient Warriors. Each of the following effects once per turn. Upon no more special, you can add one level 7 or higher Ancient Warriors monster or one Ancient Warriors continuous spell trap from your deck to your hand. So Super Stratos. So that means Masterful Sun Mu, Graceful Zhu Gong, and Savage Dan Ying being the Stratos to fill up with nothing but pluses like no tomorrow. 3 visits, same thing, plus, plus, plus. And then, if a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard outside of the damage step, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, and if you do, draw one card. Once again, you gotta love free pluses. Loyal Guan Yu, level 7, wind, 2500 attack, 1800 defense. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can free special this card from your hand. Not once, by the way. Your opponent cannot target other Ancient Warriors monsters you control within card effects, so Loyal Guan Yu grants the entire archetype targeting protection. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can target one monster your opponent controls, kill it. So it's essentially like one of those Ancient Warriors version of Pankratops, if anything. Valiant Zhang De, level 7, wind, 2700 attack, 900 defense. Gains 300 attack for each monster your opponent controls during your turn only. Each of the following effects once per turn. If you control 2 or more Ancient Warriors monsters, you can free special this guy from your hand. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can activate this. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase, so Zhang De is the Cyber Twin Dragon of Ancient Warriors. Ambitious Cloud. Level 8 Fire, 3,000 flat on the attack, 2,500 defense. While you control another Ancient Warriors monster, your opponent cannot target this card with any card effects, and it cannot be killed by your opponent's card effects. So targeting, protection, destruction, protection. Awesome. Each of the following effects once per turn. If a card's more than one your opponent control gets killed by a battle or card effect, you can send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Special this card from your hand. When this card kills an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special that monster to your field in defense position. So it's a Goyle Guardian, literally. The main deck, Boss Guy, Ancient Warriors, Rebellious Lu Feng. Level 8, Dark, 2,800 attack, 2,200 defense. Can't be normal summon set, must be special from your hand and no other ways doing so by controlling the highest attack Ancient Warriors monster on the field, even if it's tied. You can only special summon once per turn this way. And then when it comes to Rebellious Lu Feng's effect, the turn you trigger this, you cannot activate monster effects except Ancient Warriors. The case is, during the main phase, as a quick effect, you can does not target kill one face-up monster your opponent controls with the highest attack. Your choice if tied. Once per turn during the end phase, if your opponent controls a monster with the highest attack on the field, even if it's tied, give control of this card to your opponent. And the one extra deck monster, for which, by the way, when I crafted the third and final copy of Oath Double Dragon Lords, these guys literally came out as a royal, for which, by the way, this was since Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna be flat out honest, I'm actually thankful for this card to be royal. Wind Link 2, bottom left, bottom right arrows, 1,100 attack, most cases extra 500 attack when it comes to all Ancient Warriors, Link included. So 500 attack and defense. So basically, if he sticks the landing, he's basically going to be 1,600 attack minimum with not much else. So, and the materials to make it will be 2 Beast Warrior monsters, including a Wind Ancient Warriors monster. That's quite a super specific way to make that, but if it's Ancient Warriors, not hard to do so. So aside from the 500 stats, each of the following effects once per turn. First chance these guys are Link Shoken, you can add 1 Ancient Warriors card from your deck to your hand. And as a quick effect, you can send 1 card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, spell/trap included, kick it back to the hand. And with that being said about Ancient Warriors, yeah, that's all of them. So with his hand, this is beyond beautiful. Special Cash Tier Ogre, set 2 back row, set a monster, and pass. Deception and Betrayal, 3 visits. Real Normal, Masterful Sun Move, 3 visits. Typhoon in 2026. Let me just say this again, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't think the people in the back heard me. Typhoon in 2026. As a normal trap, target 1 face-up spell/trap card anywhere on the field, kill it. If your opponent controls 2 or more spell/traps and you control no spell/traps, you can activate this from your hand. Resolve without effect on 3 visits. 3 visits. Special the Ingenuous Zhukong and inherent special summon Rebellious Lufang. Rebellious, kill off Ogre. Masterful, kick back the monster. And it was basically go time for Ancient Warriors as the opponent scooped. First off, gotta love the Harpies. And second of all, with this hand, this is way past beautiful. Set Queen ditched to get the hunting ground. Oh, and furthermore, almost forgot. At the time this video goes up, happy new format in the TCG. No more Featherstorm. It's not in my Harpie deck anymore because, you know, in the TCG, Radiant Typhoon is going to come up. So, Hunting Ground being activated, of course. So, real normal to Channeler to Hunting Ground kill off Signs. Channeler for the Pet Dragon. Exian to Dracosack. 2 tokens. Great Fly. Signs getting Perfumer, Feather Duster, and Feather Rest. Set 5. I would Feather Duster. And then opponent realized that opponent saw the logs of having me searched Feather Duster, and it's basically game over for there. So guys, that's gonna have it for the pre-maintenance videos to deal with. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And I shall see you guys in the post updates.